I would say over the last 2 to 3 years, zone defense has become extremely popular. Not just at the college level, but especially at the youth, the middle, and the high school level. So it's real important that coaches are looking for different ways to attack these defenses. So here's how to run a better zone offense. So let's get right into this. Look, anytime you see a 2-3 zone, 1-3-1 zone, if you're just going to swing around the ball around the perimeter and jack up shots, you're doing exactly what they want you to do. So the number one thing I tell coaches is make sure you look to drive to the basket. Now the easiest way to do this is to just penetrate towards the baseline. Attack down that baseline, keep your head up, look for ways to score, look to get your teammates open. If you position yourselves in gaps already, which you should, running a zone offense, once that ball swung to you, attack that gap that's in front of you. It's really going to stress that zone defense out, and it's going to get you some quality looks at the basket, but it's also going to keep your kids in rhythm. So that's the biggest tip I could give you. Penetrate to the basket, and I promise you it's going to really stress out that zone defense. So every defense has its weakness, okay? And when a team is in a zone, there are going to be soft spots in that zone, especially based on your alignment and where you position your players. I think everybody knows you've got to put an emphasis on getting the ball to the high post and the short corner. That's going to really stress out that defense. It's going to have to make them have to rotate, and it's actually going to lead to some 2-on-1 opportunities. But something else I would say, when you get that ball into those soft spots, I would always put my best players in those spots on the floor. I trust them to make really good reads and find open teammates, but they're also really aggressive and they're always looking to score. So you want to use that to your advantage. I think some people just always want to put a taller player in that high post, but if I got a smaller player that's really good at scoring, I'll throw him in there, he'll demand the ball, and we'll get quality shots against his zone defense. The next one we would talk about are just ball fakes. It's so simple, yet coaches don't put an emphasis on this. Look, anytime somebody's running a zone defense, they are taught to move on air. They're looking at that ball. They're trying to jump to offensive players and get there before the ball does. They're trying to get into passing lanes. So you can manipulate the defense simply by just utilizing a ball fake. All right, you utilize your ball fakes, look to get the ball to those soft spots, and it's going to lead to better shots and stress out that defense. Next thing you need to really work on is looking for 2-on-1 opportunities. Now, anytime you're running any type of zone offense, like I said, you want to put players in the soft spots, you want to position players in gaps with your base alignment, and then you just want to try to get 2-on-1s. Make one defender guard 2 people. A lot of times we do this if somebody in a 2-3 zone comes out to the wing, we immediately look to get the ball inside and pick on that middle defender of that 2-3 zone. And we play a 2 game with our post player, our high post player, and our short corner player. Another way we do that is when our short corner player dives to the goal, we send our wing player to the corner. That really stresses that backside defender as well, and he's got to pick whether he's going to take the diver or is he going to take away the 3-point shot. But whatever you do, zone offense wise, look at it and try to create 2-on-1 opportunities. It's going to stress out that defense and really stretch it out. So the last thing I would say, how to run a better zone offense, is just understanding the situation. If you're in a game and you get any type of lead, whether it's 12 to 15 points, even 10 points, and it's getting later in the game, you want to know the situation and utilize the clock against your opponent. All right, tell your players it's not the time to just swing the ball around or settle for 3-point shots. Tell them to actually look for high quality shots. I always tell my guys, we're only taking layups and high percentage looks at the basket. We're going to work. I don't care how long it takes, because we're going to use that clock to our advantage, and it's really going to stress out that team. And if you get them to get out of that zone and go man to man, you're probably going to get even better looks because they're not used to running that defense. So understand the situation, and I promise you it's going to make you and your team a lot better. So there it is, guys, how to run better zone offense. I'm not telling you to run my offense. You can do whatever offense you want, But I feel like these 5 things, if you can put an emphasis on them within your zone offense, it's going to lead to better shots. It's really going to stress out your opponent. And these are the conversations coaches need to be having. Like we said, zone defense is becoming very popular, and the conversations about how to run a better zone offense and how to play within that offense need to start happening. So any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section, and I appreciate you for watching, Coach.